Hello everybody, it's Fergus Cook, the minister from Blackhall, St Columba's, here with you again. Today I want to think about feelings. I want to think about how we deal with our feelings. We know, because Jesus told us, that God wants everybody to be happy. God wants people to be full of joy, and he wants people to live life to the full. We know that's what God wants for us because Jesus told us. But sometimes we don't always feel happy. Sometimes we get upset by things. And sometimes the reason we are upset is because somebody has said or has done something that has upset us. And Jesus told his disciples are the people that followed him, he told them one of the ways that they could deal with that, one of the ways that they could help themselves to not be upset. So how am I going to illustrate for you? How am I going to try to show you something that you will remember? Well, I've got my balloons again. I'm not going to do any balloon animals today, but I've got my balloons again. And I want you to think that this balloon is like a person. This balloon, like it is, not blown up, just as it is like a person who's happy and who's full of joy and is living their life the way God wants them to. Well, sometimes people will say things that are hurtful, that upset them. And it's a bit like putting air in. Every time somebody says something or does something that's hurtful, it's like putting air in. And I'm going to show you. We've got a balloon here and I've got my pump. And if you imagine that every time I'm pumping the balloon, it's like something not very nice being said to the person, or it's like something not very nice being done to the person, they fill up with these things. And what happens when a balloon gets really, really full? It gets absolutely tight, doesn't it? It gets really tight. Look at that, it's a big long balloon, but it's completely full of air, isn't it? Now, what would happen if I kept on pumping it? If I kept on being nasty to the balloon? If I kept on saying hurtful things or doing hurtful things? Then eventually, you know, the balloon would burst. It would pop. There would be pieces of balloon all over the place. And people can get so upset by things people have said, it can really affect them. And what Jesus said was, if someone is upsetting you by saying something or doing something, then you need to tell them. You need to let them know. And you do that by speaking to them. And you share the fact. And that's like letting the air out the balloon. That, you can see the air starting to go. That's like letting the air out. It's like letting the bad things go. But sometimes people won't listen. If you're at school or you're at nursery or one of your friends has said or done something that upsets you, you should say to them, I was hurt by that. That was upsetting. If they don't listen, if they continue to hurt, then you need to share that with somebody. You need to tell somebody else. And Jesus says by going to other people, which could be a church leader, or it could be a teacher, or probably your mum and dad in the first instance, then it's like letting all the bad things out. All the bad things go away, and you can go back to being a nice, normal, happy, joyful person who's enjoying life the way God wants you to. I think that's a very practical message that we've got from Jesus today about how we should try to deal with things that upset us. We should try to share that and let people know what is upsetting us. I hope you like the illustration and it helps you to remember it. I hope you have a really nice week the next week, and I look forward to seeing you all later on next week for another story or another message. Bye bye now, and God bless.